Why aren't critics talking about am I racist? Should I be talking about this? I need an adult!
They gon' say I'm racist, but they call everybody racist.
I don't suspect you've seen the movie, I haven't, and I don't suppose I will until it drops on YouTube or Rumble, or unless Matt Walsh sends me a screener. But I was intrigued when it garnered so much attention one evening scrolling on Twitter. Although the film, Am I Racist, has generated discussion, there are reasons why it hasn't been brought up in the mainstream critic circle. I'll get to that shortly. The film is a satirical mockumentary that criticises the current diversity, equity and inclusion (DEI) movement, and is directed by conservative commentator Matt Walsh. It features Matt Walsh going undercover to find out if he is racist. All while employing a Borat-esque humour, the movie makes fun of anti-racism seminars and individuals such as Robin DiAngelo, who is well known for her work Right Fragility. Strong criticism has come from both political camps. Proponents of the show have praised its deadpan humour, while detractors claim it trivialises the complexity of racism and DEI efforts. Despite receiving little coverage from the media, the movie has done well at the box office, taking in over $4 million during its first weekend of release, with a reported budget of somewhere between $1 and $3 million. Larger conversations are taking place, primarily within particular ideological circles, rather than a broader public discourse, which could be explained by the polarised character of the subject matter. There is a split among the audience. Some find it offensive, while others applaud its condemnation of what they see to be extreme anti-racist thinking. Am I Racist ranked 4th at the box office, which is pretty damn good for a mockumentary. It ranks 3rd in terms of average per theatre. Very few people have actually seen it, including myself. However, it's only limited to movie theatres as right now, and there is no way it's coming to my sleepy part of the world. So, why aren't critics talking about this movie? The film critic Jeremy Jahns had the gall to review it here on YouTube to his almost 2 million people who subscribe to him. Say what you will about Jahns' reviewing style, but are there any top critics, whatever that means, who receive these types of views on their movie reviews? I highly doubt it. So, why the mainstream media blackout from these so-called top critics? First and foremost, this explains why I despise Rotten Tomatoes so much. It's so arbitrary, and over the last several years, Rotten Tomatoes has revealed its true colours on where these critics stand on political and social issues. It appears that just reviewing a film based on its merits is no longer sufficient. If a film ticks all the correct social and political boxes, it's a success when it comes to left-wing movie critic views. However, if a movie does not fit those criteria, it is frequently panned. Look, I'm not here to fight for either side of the aisle, I'm just here to review films. But even I can see clearly where the bulk of these critics stand, and it's a sad day when they refuse to review a movie because of the filmmaker's political stance. We should all be better than this. Anyway, since Jahns does not live inside the predominantly exclusive left-leaning critic circle, which is undoubtedly where all the majority of the top critics reside, he sees his chance to discuss various topics. If my tone seems like I'm siding right, it's only because critics did a poor job reviewing a movie that they might potentially discuss, allowing us all to have an open and honest discussion about racism, rather than censoring opposing opinions. They choose not to review it because they did not want to platform him. Perhaps they'd lose their jobs, who knows? To put it another way, I'm not surprised by Jahns' popularity on YouTube. In 3 hours, his review had over 90,000 views. It is peculiar, though many who cover Hollywood and Hollywood itself appear to believe that the industry can endure indefinitely on fear and blacklists. This movie was never going to be picked up or made through Netflix. This wouldn't be made by Apple. This wouldn't be made by Amazon. A studio would not produce this movie. But why? The numbers at the box office clearly show there is an appetite for this type of content. However, effective documentaries should generally pose questions rather than provide answers. In the end, from what I've read and heard, Am I Racist doesn't raise new concerns or fresh perspectives on racial or even movement-related issues. It simply restates what we already know, which is that while white people may not be inherently uncomfortable or ambivalent about talking about race, they may feel guilty or proud when they do so. Many people might find it difficult to apply these anti-racist ideas in unfamiliar real-world situations, and money plays a role. Although the total revenue from this movie is yet to be seen, the Daily Wire, despite the efforts of some, is establishing itself as a legitimate film studio as a result of its popularity, and sooner or later, these top critics will have to begin to start doing their job and review movies out of their comfort zone. Well, that's enough rambling for one day.